In this Ableton Live music production tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make house music like David Penn like this. Hi, my name is Vlad, and I help electronic music producers transform their ideas into commercial club bangers. Don't forget to grab my free cheat sheet called 7 Things You Don't Need to Become a Music Producer. Alright, so no more talking, and let's start with the tutorial. Alright, so we're going to start with the low end as usual, and let me show you guys the bass I have. So if we listen to the kick and the bass, I have a couple of layers, but if you look at the main pattern, you will see that I am using just the root note of the track, and at the end of my loop there's some variation going on here, and let's listen to the kick and to the bass. And I also have a couple of layers. So for example, this is the first one. It's basically just 808 bass. And this was the second layer. So basically I have 3 bass sounds, but the main one is this. The other 2 is just to add more groove and spice it up a little. So now let's break it down. And if you guys look at the picture, you will see that this is the main bass, right? This is the main one. And the green one is the additional bass. So basically the purpose of layering is to make the sound more complex, and when we have a free space like this, right, you see that we have a space here, we need to fill the gap in between these notes, like the black ones, right? We have some space here, right? And we need to fill that space. And if you look at the picture, you will see that we have some like green notes, green bass, whatsoever. And yeah, basically we are filling the gaps in between the bass notes. And if we go back to Ableton, you will see that basically this is what I was talking about. So here we have a gap, and the 808 bass just fills that gap. And basically this is it with the low end, nothing really fancy and complicated. Now guys, let's break down the drums in this track. So I'm going to play for you the drums. For the claps, it's just really basic stuff. One more interesting thing is that I have layered a clap and a snare. So let me show you what happens when you layer your sounds, for example, the clap and the snare. So let's this is going to be the snare, right? So this is going to be the snare, and this is going to be the clap, right? So when you combine different sounds with different sound characteristics, you will get a more complex. So you will get something like this, for example. So we will have some black, and we will have some red, and let's pretend that they're gonna mix into something like red, black, like just in one color, right? So we are combining different sounds to make this the end result, right, more complex. So that is the thing, that is the purpose of layering. So if you listen to the clap, and I'm gonna mute the snare for now, it still sounds good, because if you have good samples, you don't need to layer a lot, although it might be an option, but it's not necessary if you have good samples. So make sure you have quality samples, one-shots, and loops. So yeah, that's basically it for the clap. Now let's talk about the hats. So I have the main hat layer, right, like this one. And I have a ride layer to add energy to my loop, because without the ride, so let's listen. And with the ride, it adds more energy to the loop, and you can make it a bit louder, maybe something like this. And I also have this snare just to add a little bit more groove to my loop. And let's play it one more time. And at the end of the loop, I have one more ride. You can use hats, rides, just something at the end of the loop. So this is basically what I'm talking about. So let's say we have 2 loops, maybe 8 bars. It doesn't matter what length your loop is. It's more about the concept itself. So you see that we have a free space, like a gap in between the loops, the blocks, whatsoever, you know what I mean. And we need to fill this space over here with something. And in this example, I've used this like a ride hat. You can use any kind of sound as long as you follow this concept. So basically, we are using the additional sounds to make our loop resolve in a nice way, so it doesn't sound, you know, that just too boring. Because sometimes when you don't include anything, so if it looks something like just like this and like this, and you don't have anything here, it might sound boring, right? So that is the thing. It's not always necessary, but sometimes when you feel like there's something missing, that means that you can include something like some fillers, some effects, some leads, whatsoever, just something so you have a nice and smooth transition. So that is the purpose of having these elements. And the last thing is the shaker, just some basic loop, so nothing that complicated. All right, guys, so I hope it makes sense. And now let's talk about the melodic elements. And I want to start with this nice housey chord. If you like how it sounds, you can copy the notes. I'm going to play it for you. So let's play together with the drums. Yeah, I really like the lush tail and how it sounds. Basically, what I'm doing here, I'm just applying a lot of reverb, a lot of delay to fill the background of the track. Because if your track just looks, you know, something like, I don't know, something like this, it's going to be boring, right? But when we add something, you know, into the background, something like this, it's going to be atmos, effects, just something at the background, right? It's gonna make your track sound more interesting, more full, deep, and sometimes even wider. So that's the thing. Don't forget about nice ear candy chords like this. The next thing is the drone. It's really basic, just a drone, but basically it has the same purpose. What I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to fill the background, right? So we can have some other colors, and it basically means different elements. It's a very common thing in house music. You have like a violin drone or a synth drone, just like a drone, and you will get that housey vibe. All right, so let's break down the brass or the lead sound. It's really basic. If you look at the notes, I'm utilizing the semitone here. It's a part of Phrygian/Arabic scale, and what I've done here is that I've pitched that 1 octave higher, and it sounds like this. So let me show you. Yeah, pretty cool vibe. I like it. Really simple, but it makes a lot of sense. So that is the secret behind good tracks. It's pretty simple, but the details are underneath the surface, and it can be like layering, can be ear candy, can be effects, Foley sounds, whatever, but the track itself is usually simple. All right, so now I want to talk about the piano, and I think in this track, piano is what makes this vibe so cool. So let's listen to the piano. And with the chords and the drones together. I have a fill here just basic lead sound. Yeah, sounds pretty cool. And the last element in my track is this organ, like a fill, bluesy-ish kind of vibe, and it sounds like this. You can copy the notes if you like the melody. Yeah, really bluesy kind of vibe. I really like the original track, and I've tried to make a similar kind of vibe. So I hope you guys like it as well. And now let's listen to the full loop together with the vocals, with the drums and everything, just one more time before we end the tutorial. Yeah. So that was all for today, guys. I hope you liked this tutorial, and if you found value in this video, if you learned something new, please subscribe to the channel, smash that thumbs up button under this video, leave a comment below, and don't forget to smash that notification bell as well, because it will help the channel a lot. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. Don't forget to grab my free PDF, and I see you guys in the next one.